especially coming after a loss when you don't have to get your team's attention with this team. How important is that they can focus right away and put that behind them?
I think they've already done it. You know, you could tell by yesterday's preparation, even at our film session, our meeting, practice. You know, they're a little more in tune. You know, a little more spirited, and you know they know what's ahead of them. You know, you're playing a storied program, and you can't get to the next possession, you know, until you learn from the last possession. So what we did was we took that opportunity yesterday to engage in the mistakes that we made and the things that we could have done better, and then try to transition that into a better performance tomorrow night.
What was the main takeaways from that once you finally get a chance to watch the film and sort of show that to the guys?
There were a lot, Mike. I mean, there was so many specific things that, technical things that we just talked about. But the main thing was just concentration and focus and engagement with each other and communicating with each other at a higher level. And, you know, getting your huddles together and calming everybody down and getting on track as a team, which we didn't do very well on the floor. We tried as coaches to do some of that, but during the course of a game in that kind of hostile environment, it's hard to really settle them down. That has to come from within, and we didn't do that. So that was one of the biggest takeaways. But I think they would do that going forward. It's good to be back in the confines of home, obviously. But you know, we've got a great opponent. You know, I don't care what their record is. You know, Arizona has some of the best talent in America on their team, so we've got to be ready to play. Sean obviously did what he was supposed to do after the losses, because they seem to have righted their ship with their performance against Long Beach. So now we've got to make sure that we do the same with our guys, and I think we're moving in the right direction.
Are you preparing as if Raleigh Hawkins be back?
We're prepared to play whoever it is. Yeah, we got to concentrate on what we're going to do like we normally would for any game, and we always prepare for anybody on the roster.
What's the scouting report on DeAndre Ayton?
He's very good, probably playing in the NBA. Next question. I mean, the scouting report. What do you mean, the details? Or
No, like what have you seen from him? Like, what does he bring to their team?
Well, he's just, you know, he seems like a really nice kid. I don't know him, but his body language in huddles and his, you know, he's obviously got a lot of accolades, and he's got the potential to stray, I think, when you get that much attention and notoriety at a young age. But he doesn't seem to do that. Seems to be a good teammate, and I don't know the young man, but I hear good things about him. And but as a player, he's obviously, you know, I've coached a lot of years, and he's one of the better players that I'll ever coach against, I think. I think he's got the athleticism, the length, the attitude, and seems to be, you know, top pick or top couple picks. So obviously he can go.
You know, Brandon McCoy and Ayton, they go back a little bit in interview and teammates stuff. Do you ask him for a little tidbits or info, or do you handle most of the coaching?
We do it all. We do it all based off of what we see on the floor. We don't try to dig into the psyche of other teammates or other teams, just because, you know, that was a while ago when they lived together as well. He could have a different, you know, view on things, either better or worse, who knows. So, but no, we just concentrate on the basketball, the X and O's part.
What kind of opportunity do you see this for your program?
As a good one. You know, we, like I said, regardless of their record, they're University of Arizona. It's a storied program, and it's a, you know, very good conference. There's just a lot of pluses for us to have another opportunity. A road win was the first goal, and now a win against a team that'll end up having a high RPI and a pretty good ranking, I think, at the end of the year. So you get a few of those games in your non-conference schedule that you can look at and go, man, you know, this would be great to get this one, and this is one of them.
And not that you ever want to lose, but does it in some way help you as far as the coaching? Maybe the guys pay a little bit closer attention.
No, I think our guys have been pretty locked in. I mean, we're 6-1, and that's for a reason. They focused, and you know, people talk about, well, we played cupcakes or we haven't played a strong schedule, and I would think that you know, we needed to play teams that we could get out to a good start on, but I also think that we did what we were supposed to do against those teams. So, but those games are all in the past. I think at this point, it's all about preparation for tomorrow. Preparation today was very good, and moving forward, I feel like we'll continue to improve. I mean, this is, you know, you can try to look at games on a schedule before a season, and kind of try to predict, you know, if it goes this way, if it goes that way. But all that stuff goes out the window when you actually start working with your team, practicing with your team, playing other games. It's all about next possession mentality. It's all about getting your young men better on and off the floor. And we focus on the journey daily. You know, to be a championship team, you have to have championship mentality daily, and that's what our guys are doing right now. So, you know, I'm happy with the progress. Now we just got to keep the train on the tracks.
How's the situation with Chris? Yeah.
I'm sorry?
How's Chris?
Who said that?
Both of us.
Chris is doing good. Chris has got a Band-Aid on his forehead, but nothing's under it. We just told him to leave the Band-Aid on to throw the other teams off. But no, Chris is in great shape. He's no concussion. I think he did get a couple stitches, if I'm not mistaken. But I had a long talk with his mom that evening and let her know that he was okay. And the next day when he woke up, so he'll be good to go.
Going into a game surrounded by this much hype, is there fear of the guys being too up, or do you have to, you know, kind of tame the emotions at all for that?
I don't think so. You know, these guys have played against guys like this, or, you know, Brandon surely has played in games of that have magnitude to them, you know, and some significance. So I'm not too worried about that. I haven't seen that about the guys being too excited or too hyped. It's a good question, though.
Coach, you know, for years now, rebuilding this program, it's tests like this. It's well, UNLV's tested by Arizona. UNLV's got to step up to Arizona. At what point do you have to implement the mentality to your team that no, they have to come in and beat us, not us beat Arizona?
Well, winning and losing is a byproduct of how you prepare and you doing the right things throughout the course of a game. So, I mean, you can lose to a team that doesn't come from a storied program, and you can lose to teams that don't have a big name if you don't do what you're supposed to do. So our concentration is not on the name of the opponent, but the name on our jerseys, and trying to get the program to a place where that fear, as was mentioned earlier, that respect is there before they even come in. And I don't know if we're there yet, to be quite honest, but at least that's the goal.
Are there any similarities to the way Arizona plays defense and the way Northern Iowa plays its defense?
Not much. No, they're probably distinctly different in the sense that you know, Northern Iowa was more of a pack-it-in, patient defensive team. They will pressure the ball a little bit, which is probably the only thing I think they have similar. There are some post-defensive things that they do that are similar, but for the most part, they really want to get out and run. They really want to do a good job of trying to, you know, bang the ball inside. They bounce it pretty good from several positions, and they've been shooting it a little bit better from the three ball as of late. So they're very, very talented from a lot of different positions, and their subs are talented as well. So there's a lot of Mickey D's and, you know, highly ranked kids on their team. So we got to make sure that we just concentrate on the personnel specifically first and how to guard them, as well as our system and our guarding against the sets that we put together in our scout.
Do you think your players are a little more comfortable than in this Tortoise game than they were, say, Northern Iowa, where they try to slow down the ball?
You know, I think obviously every coach tries to slow down the ball. You know, Northern Iowa just does a really good job of it. It's a program staple, so to speak. So, yeah, I think, you know, the game will unfold as an exciting game. I think it'll be a fun to watch game for the fans. Maybe not so much for the coaches on both sides of the bench, just trying to make sure the guys do a good job defensively. But I think it'll be a fun game to entertain the game to watch.
The 20 turnovers against Northern Iowa, in your opinion, I mean, unforced, or what do you tell the guys? Or is there something you guys can do to cut that down?
We watched them, you know, Mike, and I think we have an opportunity to learn, because some of those turnovers were forced, but not many were, to be quite honest. No knock on Northern Iowa, but I think we caused a lot of those ourselves, just getting in a hurry and, you know, and not being quick, but being hurried, which we probably were self-imposed on a lot of those. So it was great opportunity to learn from them and try to correct it. I love how you guys keep reminding me of all the things we've done wrong in the past. Keep it up. Let's talk about Northern Iowa for another 5 minutes. How about that? Anything else, guys?
That's it for me.
All right.
Thanks, Marv.
Yeah, we got to take care of that ball. That's the bottom line. We didn't do a very good job of that.